Hi there, I'm over on my family summer holiday in Portugal. I've been lucky enough to have been down here a few times already this year. I've been down in the spring testing out the Waylander lures. I was over just before Christmas and been really lucky this year. Been managed to get onto some really big bass on the Waylander lures, and so I'm just at that point now where I'm sort of blending all the lures in and basically using them for whatever I think are the right kind of conditions. Now, it's not really a fishing holiday, this is my family summer holiday, so it's been literally tennis every morning without fail. My kids play a lot of tennis and tournaments and stuff, so it's been tennis every morning, a little bit of surfing and a few evenings fishing when we could fit it in. Been out with my son Elijah, he loves his fishing, and so yeah, we have managed to get out and do some fishing, which is great, and get into some good fish. Now, I do get asked a lot about the kind of equipment I use when I'm over here. So basically I like to fish with the Todos long cast, which is 12 foot. It's a 30 to 100 gram casting rod. In the Samson range there is also the Expanse, which is 15 to 60 grams, but I personally prefer to use the Todos because quite often in the rough seas I need to lift fish out, and I need a rod with a really good backbone in it. And I also find if I am casting lighter lures that it's still good for me to cast lures even if it's 15 or 20 grams. For the last 4 years I've been using it with the Samson 36 Strong Braid, and that's been available for about the last year and a half. Brilliant braid, for sure the best braid I've ever used. It's been a braid that Samson Fishing was developing for the last 4 years. It's strong, long casting, it's got a really good diameter to hit, and I haven't had a single problem using that. So if you're looking for a really reliable, good value line, check out the Samson 36 Strong. With regards to lures, as I said, I'm trying to blend the lures in a little bit more. I wasn't on the last trip using so much as the Samson lures like I generally do, so it's been good to get back to sort of mixing it up and using them in the right conditions. On my last trip over I used a Samson Fat Minnow, first time I'd ever used it in Portugal. This is just the 60 gram one. I think I was using the 80 or the 100. I brought it over on my last trip to target bluefish, which I knew were a little bit around at the time and you need big distance, and I knew they liked the fat minnow, so I cast it out, and first cast I managed to get into a 14.5 pound bass on the inside, which is a really big surprise. So I decided to bring it over again this time, just some smaller versions. I said this is a 60 gram, and yeah, had another big surprise with this lure. Ended up getting into another 14.5 pound bass, which was amazing, and yeah, it's definitely a lure I'm going to be using more. I love using that lure overseas. I've had a lot of brilliant fish on it, fishing tropical species, but I've never really tried it for bass. The other lure I really love is the Samson Shad Compact Mini. So we've got these shads in all different sizes, but this is the Compact Mini, which is 25 grams, which is pretty heavy for a tiny 6 centimeter little lure, and it really pings out there, and yeah, you can get small bass, big bass, feed it medium to fast retrieve. It's really good. We've also got these in 15 grams and 20 grams, and they're for retrieving slower. One of my all-time favourite lures is the Enticing Minnow. Now this is a big one. This is a 70 gram version, which has been available the last 2 years. I also use smaller versions, 30 grams, 50 grams. This is, yeah, sounds a dirty old one. It's sort of had a lot of use, this one. But this is great when I'm in big seas of 70 gram and I need maximum distance. Finally, on the Samson lures, this is the slow sink tweak bait. I absolutely love this lure, and I haven't been using it much over the last year because I've been using other lures testing out, like the Waylanders, but this is my favourite from the tweak bait range, especially in the mullet there. And this one's 22 grams, and it's got a really good walk the dog sort of action just under the surface. I like to work it in shallow areas just under the surface, and a little bit splashing as well. It really attracts the bass that way. It's light and easy, you can work it really slow. It's got an amazing action, and I'll be using it a lot more in the future. It's a really good lure. Now from the Waylander range, I've got the Wayward here. This is a top water surface, you know, walk the dog sort of lure. It's got a really nice action. If you checked any of my previous videos, I've had some really cracking bass this year on this lure, some really big ones, including another 14.5 pound bass at the end of my last trip. Okay, another lure from Wayland I'll be using is the Mean Minnow. This is a soft plastic paddle towel. Both of these lures are lead free and weighted with tungsten. This one has got a zinc head, and these come in about 10 different designs. Yeah, and finally from the Waylander range is the Pulse Runner. This is obviously a swimming beak lure. It's got BKK hooks. What I've been sometimes doing is taking these hooks off and replacing them with a bigger hook at the back and a bigger hook here, which I'll definitely be doing when I'm sort of doing more overseas fishing. So when you want really strong hooks, if you're fishing for bigger species, and it's also wide through, so yeah, it's good. It's sort of ideal for fishing overseas as well. Yeah, again, that's weighted with tungsten. It's got a magnetic casting system, and yeah, it's got fantastic action on this lure. Whether you retrieve it really slow or rip it through, it's got really nice action. So that's what I've been using on this trip. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, it was great to get out a few times and get into some fish. And we'll be running a competition. In this one, I'm going to be giving away a Fat Minnow, because this lure has been amazing for me for the bass. I mean, 2 14.5 pound bass on this lure has been a real surprise, really. It's an ugly looking lure, I must admit. We know it's the ugliest on the range, but definitely one of the most effective, if not the most effective lure, and it's also the cheapest on the range, to be honest. So that's a brilliant top water lure, that, whether you're fishing for bass and you need distance, or whether you're fishing for tropical fish overseas. If you want a chance to win this lure, all you got to do is make a comment and include "I'm in," and you're going in the draw to win a Fat Minnow. Been fishing about, I don't know, 15 minutes. It's beautiful conditions, a lot of breath and wind. I had a top water and I was fishing with a Wayward around these edges. Did have a fish come up and kind of hit the lure, splash around it, came right out. Not a really big one, but still promising. Oh, something behind that one was. Sort of came out and as though to hit it. But it's really difficult with the subsurface with the weed here. Seems to be a little bit of activity about halfway in. It's just weed is a bit of a bummer, but oh, something behind it, definitely. Bloody heck. Sure there was a swirl behind it then. There's definitely bait fish out there being chased. Definitely. I'm going to try this little Waylander Bullet Minnow. It's a smaller profile, probably still bigger than what they're feeding on, but I'm going to kind of skip it close to the surface because of the weed. Yeah, it just looks like little fish chasing them, could be. I don't know. Come on. And something hit it. I saw, but it wasn't anything big anyway. I think it could be garfish, maybe mackerel. It's possible, I guess. Yeah, something's having a hit at it. Yeah, something's on now. Not big at all. I wonder what that is. Okay, no, it could be a mackerel. Just a guess. Just hope it stays on. I want to see it. It's fast. I mean, it's 100% not a bass. What is it? Mackerel, yeah, I thought so. Guessed it was a mackerel. So, nice. Got that on the Bullet Minnow. So yeah, boys would be happy with that. They want something to eat. They said they want to eat some fish. First thing in the morning. This looks a really nice spot here. Tide's going down. There. So it's pretty shallow here, but not too bad. I've got the Pulse Runner on just for the rod tip up. It's going over the boulders. Okay, it looks like ideal spot for this Pulse Runner. Load of nice white water. I mean, this looks so good. Okay, so on with the nice little bass. There we go. Nice little schoolie there. That's on the Pulse Runner. I do love darker lures myself. This is the mullet. Looks so nice. Okay. So this spot just looks fantastic, to be honest. A decent size for it. Probably can handle a bit bigger. A bit bigger. It's not big swell or anything, but yeah, it doesn't mean I'm going to get anything. It definitely looks good. I mean, certainly wouldn't be surprised. The first spot I fished, it seems without wind, and looks really good. Definitely looks like we can hold bass, and bass could move through here. I'm on just a schoolie, but I'm certainly not complaining. I think it's a bit bigger than the one before, a little bit, or maybe not. Yeah, a tiny bit. So bigger than the one before. That's on the Pulse Runner Crystal Shad. So yeah, nice start. It looks just amazing out there. I'm going to get on the Samson lure, probably entice a minnow over there just to reach right out there. This Pulse Runner is really good on these sections over the deeper boulders. So I'm going to need Samson lure to reach right out there. Get one with a better bass. The entice a minnow. Not much bigger these, but I think it is. Okay, another little bass, another little schoolie on the. This time the entice a minnow. Just needed a bit more distance. Some really good spots with white water a little bit further out. So yeah, entice a minnow did the job on this little one here. So yesterday was a brilliant session. I went up with my son Elijah. We haven't had a lot of chance to go fishing. It's more of a family summer holiday, and it's been tennis every morning. So it's just nice to get out, do a bit of fishing, and we really wasn't expecting that, either of us. Nice to get out fishing again. Just brought out Elijah, my son. We've been on we're on holiday, doing a lot of tennis. He loves to come fishing. Yeah, it looks pretty good conditions, there's no wind. We're just going to start off with this Waylander wayward. Going to work it slow and shallow over the rocks. And I'll definitely be using the Samson lures soon. After about half an hour's fishing, I put on the little compact mini shad, which is just 6 centimeters long, but at 25 grams it really goes out far. And yeah, with the clear water, I thought it was a good choice, and managed to get into a really nice bass on that. Not a really big one, but a good solid bass. I've just swapped over to this little compact mini. Get a little bit of distance. It's absolutely brilliant lure. There's a few lures I'd like to try tonight, but it's got to be bass about. Hopefully there are some. I mean, using this, if there are, I've got a very good chance. It's just a small little profile. Catches a real variety of bass, this one. It's a lovely bass on the Shad Compact Mini. Lovely bass there. I'm really pleased with that. Nice little bass there. I actually turned the camera off when I hooked it. I thought I didn't have it on. So never mind. It's a lovely evening. Even if we didn't cast, it's a lovely evening, but it's always nice to get onto a bass. Elijah was so excited about coming out to fish with me, so perfect. And then about 10 minutes before the sun was down, I moved to another rock and I needed to get out a really long distance. After catching on my last trip a really nice 14.5 pounder on the Fat Minnow, I decided just to chuck that on and get it right out there and give that a go. Got the Fat Minnow on now. This one's about, I think it's a 60. So yeah, so it was a little bit of a surprise when I cast it out really big distance, and on about, I don't know, about the 5th crank of just, you know, bringing it across the surface, I got a really big hit. I knew straight away it was a really big fish. It was heavy, shaking its head. I saw its head come out, going out like a bullet. It's a good casting lure like the Enticer. I've done really well with it all over the world, and after using it first time in Portugal, I had a really... Oh, I've got another big bass. Bloody heck. Later! Got a huge one. Big bass. Oh my god. I really hope this one stays on. It's definitely big. And then it made a really hard run to the right, which wasn't a good thing because there was a load of really dodgy rocks there. Luckily I did react pretty quick. I sort of tried to improve my angle, got down to the left. Oh shit. Oh. I sort of hopped out onto some other rocks to try to get, you know, the line away from the rocks, but I could feel it around the rocks. I could feel the line touching the rocks. I didn't know if it was the leader or the main line. I mean, that line is good. The braid, the 36 strong, is really good, but to be honest, when braid hits sharp rocks, no matter what, it's going to break. But in those situations, I can really say it was just ideal having that extra length of rod so I could really maneuver the fish in. But still, I could feel the line touching the rocks, and I wasn't sure if it was the main line or the leader. You know, you really couldn't tell, but I just sort of didn't put too much pressure on. I just sort of worked the fish until I could feel the line again and got it through those rocks. It's around some rocks. Can't put too much pressure on. Shit. And certainly without the long cast rod, I never would have landed that fish. I needed every inch of the rod on this fish to keep it away from the rocks. And that's around some rocks. Blimey. Can't put much pressure on, I think. So yeah, once I got it past the rocks, I wanted to land the fish, and I wasn't sure what kind of condition the line was in and if I put too much pressure on and whether it would break. And yeah, when I got a good view of the fish, I could see that it wasn't hooked very well. It's kind of lightly hooked with just one part of the treble in its lip. So I was thinking, like, okay, if I bring it up on that rock, there's a big chance that the hook's going to pop out or the line's going to snap. Elijah, you have to grab the rod in a minute. Yeah, so at that moment I said to Elijah, quick, grab the rod. Got him to grab the rod so I could just jump in, get the fish. Elijah, come here, grab the rod. Quick. Quick, grab the rod. Just come and grab the rod. Grab the rod. Just hold the pressure. Keep it on.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
Fucking hell. Unbelievable, man. I nearly lost it.
Yeah.
He shot round those rocks.
Oh my god.
It's a lovely bass there. Big double. Can't believe it. Yeah, we've got about another 10 minutes for 5 minutes before dark, and first cast again with a fat minnow into a lovely bass with me and Elijah. So should we get another one?
Yeah, I'm so
We'll try and get another. Okay. Yeah, I think Elijah was as happy as me. It was a really great experience to catch one when you know, with Elijah there. We had such a great time. Every time we go fishing we have a really good laugh, and yeah, just sort of rounded off a really nice evening.